you can click on it, it will take you to the forum, Streamlit. Now we can talk about why Streamlit. So Streamlit is a very simple Python framework which will help you to develop a UI. Within like 10 minutes, you can create a beautiful interactive UI. Streamlit is, I would say, anyone who is doing data analysis, they love it because it's pretty easy. I think those who know programming, web development especially, Streamlit, in my understanding, within a day, you can do a beautiful application. You just need one library called Streamlit, which we can install in Python. It has a lot of widgets, lot of graphics, lot of charts. It is designed for simplicity. Most of the data analysis students who are doing POC or project or pilot program, they do Streamlit. Again, it's not as fancy as other web framework. Like example, if you use, let's say, Angular, Struts, or Spring, or other framework, it's not that fancy, but it does its job. And I'm hoping for your activity, like example, you're doing all those agents, you need a prompt. So far, the prompt you're doing is in console. But if you want to give a prompt through web, there is no UI at this moment. So this one will solve that problem. How do I provide web interface where user can use some web applications where they can write a prompt, right? Once they write a prompt, for time being, we will run this web on our machine, right? And when they write, we will make a call to our internal web service. We will expose a web service. It can make a call to web service, or it can make a call to some external web service. This is capable. So when we do OpenAI, that's external web service, we can call OpenAI, get the response. So if you can call OpenAI, we can call any web service technically, right? Right now we are running this web application on our local machine. But if you develop very well, and then you convert it to Docker, and then put it in a container, and then through container, it can run anywhere. Now, anyone from using cloud, they can come here and then they can connect to your web applications. So technically, this will scale as you want. It is a Python, and you are not doing like any transaction kind of thing. You are doing more reporting type of thing, just a stateless. And trust me, it will like it. People love it. And developing should be straightforward. Most of the time, it is designed for dashboard or machine learning algorithm. So I have small videos and all. Feel free and play around. So first thing first, we need to install one library. So let's go to command prompt and install Streamlit. So Streamlit. Again, this is all tested for Python 3.12. So should not be a problem as long as you have using 3.12. So let's do that. So you can see most of the thing I kind of did in our forum. So in case if you are not able to do or you're watching later, you can always check this thing. This is our only one library you need. After you complete, we can check the version, though I don't have to do that. It will take the latest version for time being. So far, so good. Okay. Now, the way program works here is a little bit awkward. It works through this way: Streamlit, run, and app.py. So make sure you see here, Irina. Okay. Streamlit, run, app.py. Now, app.py we do not have. We are going to create it. So the way we will do it, we are already in a VS Code. Yes or no? So we're going to add one class. So let's create a new file. Click here, and we're going to add a new file. And all code we'll use in the same file. So we'll save a lot of time. App.py. Again, you can give any name. It doesn't need to be in this folder, but it can be any folder. But at this moment, I'm using this folder, app.py. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to use this simple code. So this code, every code I kind of give you UI. So you get idea. In this code, you can see here, I imported Streamlit, and I'm saying here onwards, I'll refer as a ST. I say ST title, welcome. So you can see beautiful title you get, welcome. I say ST button, say hello. So there is a button. Makes sense? Hello. I say if you provide name, then I'll say this one is expecting name. So if you provide name, we'll say hello this. Otherwise, please retry name. Very simple. For time being, it's good enough. So copy this portion. Control C, copy this portion. Please understand, first one will give a title, second will give you variable, you get the input, third one will give button. These are all web objects. So Control C, we copy that and we paste it here. Control C. Now save it. Once you save it, it's time for us to run. So I'm going to command prompt and I'm going to use it, Streamlit, right? Run and your file name app.py. It will run as a web server. It will run as a web server as a particular port. So make sure you understand that. If you're making significant change, you need to stop your web server by using Control C. So using Control C, you can stop it, right? So Control C through you can stop. So as soon as you do Streamlit run.app.py, that app.py is your file name, run is your command, and this is your framework. So once you do that, and it's going to start as a web server. So it's a built-in web server, which it starts, and you can say, welcome. I'm not going to give my email, just press enter. So it will run and it will give you this thing. This prompt means now it's ready to go. I will allow access. And as I allow access, my page is working fine. And you can see right now, welcome. If you're able to see, give me thumbs up. Within 2 seconds, your program is working. Come on, allow. I'm allowing. Okay. So now you can see how nice, beautiful. Those who have studied HTML, right? Those who study HTML, writing H1, H2 and all, you don't have to do. And you can write your name, Tom, and you can say hello, and you can say hello, Tom. Let me know if it works for you. If you do not see browser open automatically, you may want to type this URL. You may want to type this URL and particular port. Sometimes your machine might stop the port. You do need to allow the port. In case if your antivirus software port might be blocked, you may want to allow that port. Good. Any questions? What happened?
Block.
Antivirus you have, just we can block it or disable. Should work.
How do you save on VS Code? How do you save on VS Code?
Oh, okay. Very simple. File save, or I do Alt F save, file, save all. I normally do save all. Save all. So whatever code I write, right? This code I write it. Once I write it, I normally do file, save all. So I use like what do you call shortcuts. So that's why I'm doing that. But you can do Control S. You can save it. Once you save it, then you go here and as a run command, Streamlit, right? Run app.py.
And then thank you.
Email. Just press enter. You don't have to write press enter. Once you see this page, go to this URL. It will open the browser for you automatically. When it opens the browser, you will see the page. It may ask you to allow Java. You need to allow the Java because it's trying to access the port. It does ask allow. And when it says allow, you should allow that. And you will see now nice page. Working? No, sometimes when you run it, it allows, you might not have allow. So that port is blocked. We also get that, but we do allow.
For the main project, but it couldn't come up here. I don't know why.
What error you are getting?
It's just loading the page blank. Like it is partially loaded.
Refresh, sometime refresh might solve. Sometime into Control C and run again one more time. This happens only when you have error here. Let me repeat. Hello. When it happens, most likely you have error here. Sometime when you copy paste alignment or something, like example, if I make mistake, it will error out. So 99% chances it is error which you have. Good. Getting result. Now, while you're doing that, if I scroll down, there are many more examples are there. So like example, I can have text box and I can have more details. Again, code is here. Basically, I want you to see how easy it is to writing a code, right? So you can have text box, you can have text area, and you can go through that. You can also have like, interesting, you can ask like, hey, are you happy, sad? And you can collect that thing. Again, this is just like practice purpose, but that's not my intention. My intention is to do better interesting. So let's do this one. You may like this one. So copy this one. Age guessing, right? Let's copy that. So I'm going to copy this same code, Control C. no line to change, same code, just copy this and we'll paste it in app.py in our VS Code. So do Control A and do Control V. So you're replacing entire program. Control A, Control V, basically the previous program which we had, we replace with this program, right? And then save it. It automatically refresh for you. So save it. As soon as you save, your program will automatically refresh. You will see like it will refresh. It should refresh. If it doesn't work, then you need to do browse. Normally it refresh automatically. So if it refresh, normally it refresh automatically, maybe sensing. So now here, age guessing, right? So you can click on here and you can say my age is this. And if you click on that, it will say you are adult. You click here and say you are, wow, it's 48, you are adult, right? You're wiser, okay? You're a child. So not bad, right? So the program really works smoothly, right? I like this, icon and all, how nicely it does. Pretty interesting, right? Okay, but that's not my intention. My intention is how do I create our own chat GPT, right? So for that, there is an exercise. So let's go down, scroll down. I'm going to go scroll down. I'm not going to cover all those things. So right now, let's do this one. You may like it. Weather one. Are you guys ready? Hello. Weather one. Ready? Weather, right? So for that weather one, we might need to install this request, but we'll see if we need to. I want to show you something. Please pay attention for 2 seconds. We are using a new API called weather. This does not require login, but it does require parameter like this way, city. So you have to pass city. And if you pass city, it can give you weather information. Okay, I have to do a lot of homework in order to find this kind of library. So this does not require any special type of thing. This is a free open, there is no account required. So right now, I just want you copy this thing and replace your existing code. So right now I'm going to copy this. Always see on the screen, remember, the more you learn by paying attention. I am taking this code, right, starting from here, right, and up to this. Control C, copy that, and go back to your program. Just do Control A, means you select it, delete this, and do Control V. So you paste your code. Please understand entire code. No, not even single line of code change I'm doing. How to run, I highlighted that, which you know already. After you make a change, you just need to save it. Saving part is go to File menu and save all. So that is save. Normally it should automatically refresh, but if it's not refreshing, some reason it's not, but normally it refresh. If it doesn't refresh, you may want to do browser refresh. So here you go to here and do browser refresh. So this will allow me to prompt what weather I'm doing. So you can see right now, simple weather app. So I can say Detroit. And if I say get weather, then it should give me weather for Detroit. I used to live Detroit. So hey, look at that, 64 weather. Now let's say if you like Chicago, where we live right now, and we say get weather, and boom, Chicago, and 62. Pretty easy. Now, in this example, we are not using any OpenAI. What we are doing is we are purely using simple service, web service. So we are calling REST service. We are passing the REST service with the city. So whatever the city you enter, whatever the service city you enter, we are passing the city here. And based on that, whatever the response we get, right, we generate and we display. But now I want to do the similar thing rather than passing weather service. We want to do OpenAI and create a chatbot. So scroll down. As you go further, now lab 6 is a chatbot. And this chatbot is what we want to do. Here you need a key. So we'll copy the program and we'll change the key. Good news, everything I think you have. So I'm going to copy entire program. And I'll explain that, so don't worry. And I'm going to paste it on entire program, Control V. The only thing I need to change the key. Key. Get key, app key. So here, I'm going to change this key. Okay, so this one is your key. I have key, so this is space. Let me remove the space. That's it. I changed the key only. Right now, I'm going to explain the program, so at least you get an idea what this program does. Okay, so first thing first, this program does use Streamlit and OpenAI, which we already have installed. So no need to worry about that. Key part, I think you are a master, right? Now, first thing first. So we are saying if you don't have a key, then it should prompt the key. But in our case, we do have key. So now it's a client started with none, and we are creating a client using key, which you provided. So this will be my client. This is the OpenAI client. Now, in this case, rest of the things are kind of simple. We are saying page configure, it will give you title like that. And now message, which is user. So if user has message, we are storing the message. So this way we will store the message. We maintain the history also, so no problem. So here display chat history. So we maintain every time you prompt, result will be maintained, right? Now here user is typing something which we are taking as an input. That input we will pass to client and say, client, get me the output, because client is nothing but OpenAI, which is internally calling ChatGPT. So if I go here, it is using, client is using ChatGPT, using this model, and whatever message you are passing, it is passing to the API. So now once OpenAI will give you response, you are displaying the response here, and you are showing on the screen, right? So now I save the program. I want to make sure I save the program. So technically speaking, at the end of the day, program will show me the response. So here I will see the response. Whatever response you will see, like mark reply. So there is a small icon you will get, and you will also append that. Append in the sense of history you're maintaining, right? So if you refresh this page, you will see ChatGPT kind of logo. If it error out, you will get some kind of symbol. So right now, ChatGPT, this one is coming from, let's double check. This is coming from, at this moment, it is coming from title, which is this one. It is coming from this title. Okay. Now, this message, which we are type to type message, which is this one, user input. So we are going to type. So here you can type anything because you have a power of what you call ChatGPT. So like a tell me more about AI, like anything, right? Tell me more about AI. So now you're making a call, and you can see how nice logo response and all that is I like about this thing. See how beautiful it give me, right? Or you can say, what is today's date, right? If basically you are really using your custom AI, so many companies started using their own AI like this way. How simple it is. And you can also do a lot of framing, right? Add more like something and maybe adding more. So like example, those who have studied Bedrock, right? Just for now, how to make it practical. Please understand, the good programmer understand basic example and then make it practical. So this whole architecture is like this. You are user, you are interacting with UI. UI is developed by Streamlit, right? Streamlit UI developed. And right now you were using OpenAI. But let's assume you want to create FAQ. So instead of OpenAI, you will be now calling Bedrock. In order to call Bedrock, I already show you how to use agent, strand agent. So you can put a strand agent, yes or no? Strand agent, and you can put a knowledge base. Strand Bedrock will now use knowledge base. Knowledge base through you can go to S3, and S3 you upload the file. So when you upload the file in S3, this is all you do pre-work, right? And now instead of OpenAI, you will do Bedrock. Now if somebody asks, what is my vacation, what is the company vacation policy? Boom, you're going to get an answer. Or how many days of vacation I take? What is FMLA? How many companies holiday? All these. And this is like, in my understanding, maybe 2 hours exercise. This used to take a long time. But now, because your framework, Bedrock does it, knowledge base, S3 storage, and Streamlit can give you within a few minutes, you can have beautiful application. So when you do a project, think something like a valuable, which you can present in a proud moment, right? When you're in interview, you can say, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this specifically. Otherwise, try not to do it as a lab. It shows like it's a project. Project means how particular problem you solve. The tools you can do anything technically, because like example, if I want to do Expedia, same concept. Rather than asking user, just like Expedia, you can say, what is your starting location, right? Origin. What is your destination, right? What is your start date? What is your end date? Ask some of the parameter. Once you parameter, you call calling your agents, right? And then agent through get it. And once you have final agent summarize, display the message, right? So those who are used to do like a web application, I think you can do much better, because in web application, you have only one tool called web service. Now you're using this agent. The reason you're using agent, because in web service, you need to do a lot of if, else, and custom coding. Here, you're using LLM to remove that custom coding, and you still use the similar logics. You still have to use web service. You still have to insert in database. You still need to do email, but instead of you write that much code, you use LLM. If you tell LLM, this is the subject, this is the body, and this is the email I want to send. You write in English and use LLM to send email. So you don't have to write a code. So like example, if your database, like example, your database, like example, MySQL. So you can say, MySQL database, I want to insert this in this database, this user, I want to insert this. Then LLM will write code for you, insert SQL query. So where you use this thing, most of the code you're writing through is the prompt. That's why it's essential for you to know prompt. Now, if you do not know prompt, of course you can use insert statement, but then you are using old method. New method is you interact with one system to another system through prompt and via LLM. That's why LLM is the heart. If you don't use LLM heart, you will write a code. Technically, you are not using tool right. Good. Any questions, concerns, doubt? Okay. So this one just like a kind of run. Now I think I have one more, I believe. Yeah. So this one is for data analytics. In case if you like some data analytics work, like here I use kind of machine learning library called Pandas, very popular in data analytics world. So Pandas and Matplot. Matplot is graphs and charts. You can create a nice graph and chart, and Pandas is nothing but data frame. So if you have any Excel file, any data, if you bring the data in memory, that's called data frame. So data frame, Pandas can do very good job. So in this example, what I'm doing is I'm creating some dummy data. So I have 3 columns: month, sales, and profit. So think about Excel, and you have column three column: month, sales. Please pay attention: month, sales, and profit. And what I'm doing here, I'm using this data and I'm trying to draw graph, and I'm going to show you table, something like that. So at least you can understand how it works. So same story. I got the data. This data was kind of JSON form, pass the data, convert the data frame. Data frame is nothing but in-memory table. Once your data frame table, we went down and we are saying, I will be plotting graph. So x-axis and y-axis. And then we are saying how it will look like. And these are just options. You want line chart or bar chart. This is just an example. So based on that, it will change the pattern. Now here we are doing plot. Again, boilerplate code, you can use the ChatGPT. It will take your data and it will draw a plot X and Y. Okay. Now here I have summary. So you can see the result will look like nicely like this. You will have table, right? You will have table, and based on the selection, it will show the graph. This data will be plotted. So let's try it out. So same thing, there is no need to change any line. Just copy the whole code. Yeah, you do need a Pandas library, which we will install. Control C, Control C this thing, and go back and just replace all code. So Control A and Control V. Now, please understand, in this one, I normally give hint all the time that anytime you anytime you bring the new code, if there are libraries, then you have to install. Right now, I'm going to save the whole program. I did not change a single line. The only thing, start to end, save the program. And now the installation perspective, we need to install Pandas and matplotlib. So I'm going to copy this and install. For Streamlit, it's going to skip because we already have it. But if you do, no, I don't want to stop here. I'll go to CMD, new command line, CMD, new CMD, and then I'll start there. Doesn't matter how many command prompt you have. I'm going to paste it here. I don't want to stop my Streamlit. So I'm saying, hey, install that. This one is, it will skip because we already have Pandas and matplotlib. It will install. So if you do that, it's going to start installing. If you want to go to data analysis field, then Pandas is your best friend. If you ask me, one of the most popular libraries is Pandas. Without Pandas, you can't do anything because it does a lot of things. Any reading data from SQL, reading data from web service, CSV file, Excel file, JSON file, XML file, it reads it, convert into data frame. And it has a lot of goodies where you can read the data, you can summarize, you can do grouping, you can do filtering, you can do joins, tons of things you can do. And if you don't know the pandas, you end up doing that code yourself. In my understanding, you shouldn't be doing that. It is very versatile, a library, and very interesting library. I use a lot because anything you do in data analysis, especially machine learning, without pandas, I have not seen a single program which can work, because ultimately you do need data frame. So right now it's done, I think, right? It's done. So if that's the case, program is saved, right? We just need to refresh and see it does magic. And very soon you will see the program will show the graphs, tables. So sample data. So if you just click on it, it should show the table. It's still working. It's taking a little time. Sample data. Do you see that? This is the data I created in a JSON, which is visible. Now, if I see the plot is there, line plot, and if you do bar chart, pretty good. Yes or no? An interesting part, the drop down box, you can change your graph too, in case if you want. Hey, look at that. You can do in 2 minutes like that. It's impossible. And this is the world where we are going less code. We call no code, low code. Working application. So when you do project, and if you show me this thing, you will not excite me. I want you to go beyond, right? You can see in less than 5 minutes, I'm doing working applications. This data can come from database. It can come from web service. This code, I can select like whatever you want, you can select. But the reason I'm showing you all those goodies, so you have tools available. Use this tool when you make a project. Think about that your project should look like 6-7 month project, even though you spend 1 or 2 weeks. That's the real power of your project, because you can do a lot of ChatGPT, Google, YouTube, whatever way you want. But think about complexity. What kind of problem people are like to solve? It can be Expedia problem, it can be stock problem, but complex. Try not to do just project. Do project where people you can explain people what you did, what library you did, what problem you solve, what kind of task you follow. Good. Any question for Streamlit? That was very crash course, right? Any questions, concerns, doubt? Do you like this? In like 34 minutes, we can easily cover Streamlit, and all the code you have lifetime access. So feel free and use it.